Hi, it's John here from GPS Training. What we're going to do in this short video is look at the best top-end GPS units currently on the market. As you'll see, they're all GARMIN GPS units. There is a SatMap that does sit in this category, but I put that in the video as the best large screen GPS unit. So what units are we going to look at today? We've got the Oregon 700, which is a multi-activity touchscreen GPS unit. We've got the GARMIN GPSMAP 66S, which is a really nice button GPS unit. We've got the GPSMAP 66i, and then finally we've got the GARMIN GPSMAP 66SR, a really nice multi-band GPS unit. The first thing you need to think of is whether you want a button GPS unit or a touchscreen GPS unit. A buttons is better if you do a lot of winter walking because you use it with your gloves on, where a touchscreen unit is slightly easier to use, and actually it's more of a multi-activity GPS unit. And that's what we see in this Oregon 700. Very much a multi-activity unit. Has these profiles on it, so whatever activity you're doing, you choose the profile accordingly, and your GPS will look and act differently in each of those circumstances. Now, when you're out walking on any GARMIN GPS unit, the majority of the time you're just going to be following an arrow on your screen. So just follow an arrow on your screen, you've pre-planned that route, and the GARMIN GPS unit on a wonderful summer's day, you actually just can't beat a really nice, easy to use GPS unit. The other thing as well with that Oregon 700, it looks really nice on your push bike because you've not got the areas to get out the top. So if you're looking for a multi-activity GPS unit, an Oregon 700 is certainly worth considering. GPSMAP 66S, 66i and 66SR. GPSMAP 66S I always put in the past as the best button GPS unit currently on the market. Again, works alongside the Garmin Explore app, which means that we can take out the PC and Mac out of the equation. We can download routes directly onto our mobile phone and wirelessly transfer those onto the 66S. Again, great competitive. These two are exactly the same price. So again, if we're looking for a top-end GPS unit without spending a fortune, 66S is certainly worth considering. GPSMAP 66i has two-way satellite communication built into it. You can see it's got an SOS button on the back, and therefore we can send messages, SOS messages, and we can also send text messages when we're out on the hills. So you are going off-grid, the GPSMAP 66i is certainly worth considering. So I've got my GPSMAP 66i, so people know this is the GPS for the two-way satellite communication. Hopefully I won't need that today. You do need subscription for that to work, but it's really the same as the 66SR and also the same as the 66S, except this has got the built-in battery and also the topo active mapping, and I say this has got the two-way satellite communication built in as well. I'm also running the 125,000 Topo Great Britain Pro map card, which is reasonably expensive. Say it's a standalone product, it's £349.99, but again it gives you that extra details that you can see of the field boundaries and also the open access areas, which will go on a little bit later on today. So button GPS unit, so great 4-season GPS unit. So again, when we're navigating, this does improve your battery life by navigating on the compass page. Again, it's giving me all the information that I need to know, or alternatively I can navigate on that compass page, which is there. It shows overlays on the map, my route, so I'm actually just coming to the start of my route, and I've got that compass rose at the top. I think the big key changer that's come along is the GPSMAP 66SR. This is the same as the GPSMAP 66S, but it's also different. Other key thing now is we've got the built-in battery. The built-in battery exactly the same as we found on the 66i. Again, 36 hours of battery life is what Garmin are stating. Well, let's divide that by 2, and we've got 2 good days walking when we're out there. Other thing to think is that we can take our power pack with us and keep these things powered up when we're going off grid. The key thing is with the 66SR, it's the first multi-band GPS unit that's hit the market. These work off the American and the Russian and also the European satellites, the 66. This works off the American and the Russian satellites, but this 66SR is multi-band. It works off the American GPS, the Russian GLONASS, the European Galileo, the QZSS, which is the Japanese, and the IRNSS, which is the Indian satellite system. So we're now working on 5 satellite systems on this GPS unit. The other key thing with it is that it's also got what's called a topo active mapping, as the 66i does as well. So if you do go overseas, you've got some really good quality mapping, which is updatable as well. So it's it's a multi-band, so we've got 5 bands of satellite. It also works off 2 bands on that. So again, instead of just working off 1 satellite band, which all the other units do, this is multi-band. So it compares one signal against the other one and gives you a more accurate signal. So again, if you're getting bounced back off trees or off buildings, you don't get that with a 66SI. It's really, really key. Accuracy is second to none. So the main difference are we've got the multi-band on it, built-in battery, and we've got the topo active mapping on there. So which one would I go for? It's quite an interesting one really, because I suppose it depends on your personal requirements. If you want the 2-way satellite communication, I would go for the 66i. If you're a multi-activity user and you use it for cycling and walking, or mainly for summer walking, I would look at the Oregon 700. But then for the majority of people, I would have that. I would choose between the 66S or the 66SR. 66SR is a little bit more expensive, so therefore if you are looking at I'm buying a little bit more on a budget, even though I'm looking at a top-end GPS unit, go for the 66S. If you can afford it, I would go for the GPSMAP 66SR. So really personally, I would look at Oregon 700, that multi-activity GPS unit, or the 66SR if you're looking for a button GPS unit. Benefits of buttons are we can use it in winter with our gloves on and when we're out about. Again, we've got the topo active mapping on this, we've got the multi-band on it, and I really like that built-in battery there on the GPSMAP 66SR. Next thing we need to consider is what mapping that we've got on there. We say we've got this topo active mapping, which is okay, but in the UK or Great Britain, we're looking at Ordnance Survey mapping, so we need to buy some mapping to go with it. We've got a number of options, is it? Most simple is a GB 1 to 50k map card, or alternatively a GB 1 to 25,000 map card. Most simple option is buy a map card. Again, which one's better? Of course the 1 to 25,000 mapping better. That shows field boundaries, that shows open access areas, but it is considerably more expensive than 1 to 50,000 map card. The 1 to 25,000 mapping, I can see the field boundary on my right hand side. So okay, you've got that little bit extra detail. So what is the extra detail we see on the 125,000 mapping? We get open access areas, and we also get field boundaries. And we also get permissive paths as well. Those are the 3 extra things that we get on the 125,000 mapping that we don't get on the 1 to 50,000. Right. Biggest mistake people make is they buy the GPS unit, buy it from wherever, and think, oh, it's a lot cheaper there. Then they realise they've got no Ordnance Survey mapping on there. When they go to buy their Ordnance Survey mapping, they find they've got a big bill. Buy it bundled in with your GPS unit, and you buy these map cards at a discounted rate. So either map cards are suitable and will work in your GPS unit. 125,000 better, but again, it's considerably more expensive. You will get away with 1 to 50,000 mapping. You can walk with a GPS unit with 1 to 50,000 mapping because you're either on the path or off the path. If you're not on the path, walk 5 yards to your right, and now you're on the path. So you can get away with that 1 to 50,000 map card. Other options to think of is you can get what's called a Bird's Eye Plus voucher. A Bird's Eye Plus voucher enables you to download 25,000 square kilometres of 1 to 25,000 mapping. That's the size of Wales and the Lake District put together, but again, you can download as many small sections as you want. So what some people do is buy a 1 to 50,000 map card, buy a Bird's Eye Plus voucher, and then you've got the best of both worlds. You've got full GB 1 to 50,000, and then you've got 1 to 25,000 mapping in the areas that you want to walk in. So again, get in touch with ourselves if you've got any questions regarding the mapping. Other key things that you get here from GPS Trains, we give you a quick start guide. We set the unit up for you, and we give you a quick start guide. This is the one for the 66S. Again, taking you through what you need to do, how it all works, how you use it, how you navigate around the menus, etc, etc. So again, we give you that quick start guide to get you going. The other thing we give you in the box is we give you some instructions about how to plan routes on your PC or your Mac. So again, Garmin Basecamp is the route planning software, step-by-step guide taking you through how to set up Garmin Basecamp, where to get it from, how to plan routes on it, and that's all there within it. Again, please make sure that you let us know if you're a PC or Mac user, because we have different instructions for PC users and Mac users. The other thing you get is what's called our Go Support package. In the Go Support package, you get telephone support, email support for the first year, you get access to our online resource. The online resource has videos about how to use your unit and also how to plan routes on your computer. For units like this, we've got over 50 videos of how to use these GPS units, step-by-step guides taking you through what you need to be doing. Normally that would be £50 a year just for the online resource. The Go Support package is well over £100, but you get that free when you buy your GPS unit from GPS Trading. So to summarise, the best GPS unit, top-end GPS unit for end of 2020, spring of 2021. If you're looking for a touchscreen GPS unit for multi-activity GPS, multi-activities, use the Oregon 700, buy the Oregon 700. If you're looking at the button GPS unit, if you can afford it, consider the GPSMAP 66SR. If you're looking at just wanting to save a little bit of money, look at the GPSMAP 66S. If you do want the two-way satellite communication, don't forget you will need a subscription for that to work. Look at the GPSMAP 66I. If you have any questions about these products or any other products that we sell here at GPS Training, please do get in touch. We're only a telephone call away.